この世界の人が力を得るには、お前みたいに簡単じゃないんだぞ。モンドは風の都市で。
Inside this box is a item I won off of Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it, and it's the Seagate Sino 1 terabyte hard drive SSD. I got lucky and won it, so I want to get my thoughts and my first impression on this thing. Now, inside this box, it's really light. I mean, it's lighter than a can of soda. So you get an idea of how light this thing is, and kind of weird how big the box is, considering it's just a hard drive in here. Even if it's 1 terabyte, it's kind of a large box, because it's only available at the time. And it's about $140, and after taxes, maybe $155. Depends on where you are in the States. So you're looking at a pretty hefty price just for a limited edition of things. But they worked with Genshin Impact to make this hard drive, or at least the outer shell of the hard drive. Kind of curious if I can open it up and see if I can actually replace hard drive. I want to know what's inside of it too, but we'll get into that in a few seconds. Now, I don't know why they decided to put a label literally on almost every single side of this box, other than the bottom. They put a label on every side of this thing, all with my name on it. So I had to black all of it out, just in case some of you internet sleuths out there decides to think it's funny to try to figure out where I live. I would rather y'all not figure out where I live, thank you. So I'm just gonna black all that stuff out and then cut this open here so we can get a good look at it on the inside here. And considering how much this game gets hate for some reasonable and some unreasonable reasons, I would rather. Sorry, I'm looking for a cap here for my blade. I'd rather y'all not hate me for something. I like the game still. That doesn't mean it's a great game right now or it's in the best state it's ever been, but it's getting better. Recently, they replaced a lot of voice actors, but this character is one of the voice actors that didn't go nowhere, so I thought that was great. All right, fairly packaged a lot. Okay, bubble wrap inside of. Oh Jesus! If they would have sent it to me in this, I'd have been quite upset. You just don't send stuff in just this and go call it a day. It's good enough. No, you need something a little bit bigger. But great bubble wrapping. You know, the big old poppers. You know, we got the big boys and big old box. And I guess they didn't feel like folding in the corners or the tops and bottom of this. So we got another box to get into. Jeez. Let me in. All right. Okay. There it is. All right. So let's open this up. This is the Sino 1 terabyte from Seagate SSD. Now this thing is super light, but I love the way this package looks. It looks so refined. It's very well, nicely done. It has the MiHoYo, which used to be Hoyoverse, but now it's MiHoYo. We got the Seagate. We got the Genshin Impact collaboration. And look on the side here. It looks like it says Fire Cuba. I tried to look at what SSD is inside this thing, but I couldn't find it. I did find another external hard drive that's just like this. For slightly cheaper, 1 terabyte, but I couldn't find the read and write speed for it for $79, and the other one for 2 terabytes is $89. But otherwise than that, I couldn't find any specs saying what exact hard drive is inside this thing. This hard drive has a 1,000 megabytes reading write, just a little bit more expensive because it's going and doing a Genshin Impact collaboration. Now this is kind of nice to get the Seagate logo on the sticker here before we open it. Now we're going to try to open it from the top. I'm going to try to see if I can maybe try to get the sticker off first by hand, see if it's easy to do that. If not, I'll just use the razor blade here or the X-Acto knife, scalpel. Oh man, that's really on there. And that's a no. No. I kind of tore right there. I'm just going to cut it open. Trying to preserve the box as best I can. Sorry I'm not filming this in the most sturdy of tables. If anybody's wondering, this is figurines that I have. One's 3D printed, one I bought. One's a Jean, one is a Mona. Just be sure if you 3D print, be sure to print in solid pieces. If you do anything hollow, make sure there's holes in it. All right, so it comes up just like this, opens from the back, and you immediately see it. We can see Sinnoh right there. Of course, the packaging isn't that great. Comes with a few little manuals and some stickers, looks like. All right, let's check out these first. These stickers with Sendo's logo on it. I get the emblem from his faction and Genshin Impact. It looks like a little glossy stickers, not bad. Then we have the manual for the SSD limited edition Genshin Impact. Because with a 3-year warranty and memory recovery if you ever lose anything on it. Next we have this USB to Type-C to USB Type-C cord. It's not that long, it's not that big, but I guess it's pretty nice. I've gotten other external hard drives before with pretty short cords. This is actually pretty long, actually, about 20 inches. Now I've got SSD or M.2 internal storages like this from Alutang, where you can put a full-size M.2 inside of it, but I don't know what's inside of this hard drive. Now that I actually got my hands on the external hard drive, this thing is pretty light. And compared to my Ilutang, I'm not quite sure to pronounce it, it's almost about the same weight, but the M.2 housing is a little bit heavier because it's made out of aluminum, and I'm not entirely sure how much of this is actually made of plastic and aluminum, or just all plastic housing. It doesn't quite feel like aluminum. Now the front of it has a bit of a texture. The black is a deep black, where the character is a little bit more of a slight gloss to make it stand out a little bit more. Feels kind of cool. And then we got this pattern going around the edge of it. It's kind of cool. I don't quite know what it's supposed to be, but it's interesting. On the back here, you can feel like a tactile or embossing of the words Genshin Impact and Seagate and the symbol. And you can kind of see the slight image in the background of like a lighter purple. And it just kind of stands out from the darker purple around it. And here's the bottom part of it. Just anybody wants to see this, or maybe it gives you more details and I can understand. Maybe someone can tell me what's inside this hard drive. As you can see, there's a USB-C right there. Let's go ahead and get this plugged into my phone so we can see what it looks like. Supposedly there is a light on this thing when you plug it up to the phone. So there it is. It's a purplish white light. It's kind of cool. I thought the light was supposed to go all the way around, and there's the LED sign that is plugged up in the front of it. That's kind of nice. And let's see what the phone says. And there it is. All right, looks like we got just plug and play. It's kind of nice. You just automatically just picks up your phone's attached to it. I kind of wish the light was going all the way around it though. That would have been kind of nicer, but I guess maybe the images I saw online, I thought they were going all around it for whatever reason, but it's nice. I just kind of feel like the lights are probably going to someday die, and then I don't know how to open this thing up to actually be able to replace it or fix it. Now, to give you maybe a size of how big this thing is, it's probably about the size of a Pokemon card here, or I can just show you these images and you can get a better idea, a grasp of it. I'm going to show you beside 3 other external hard drives so you can get an idea of how big this thing is and whether or not it's worth it for you. Now, I'll be downloading Genshin Impact, which is about a 93 gigabyte game, onto each of the hard drives, so you can get an idea of like which one's like the fastest for you, or what could do you the best. I would imagine this was like, this is meant for Genshin Impact. It has to be fast, right? All right, so this is the from the M.2 2 terabyte with the 990 to the Samsung's T7 external hard drive. It's going about 89 gigabytes, or no, not 89. It's going by, okay, about 540 megabytes per second. Okay, so it took about 5 minutes to get done, and that was about an average of 540 average, give or take. Now, let's see what the other ones can do. Now we're trying the external housing for an M.2 of the Samsung 970 EVA version. We're seeing around, well, the numbers are going up. So it's right now, it's at, I'll just tell you what we're looking at when we get to the very top of it, because it's still increasing. It looks like it's topping around the 480 to 490 megabytes per second on the writing for this one. So you get about an idea of how fast this one goes. Just slightly slower than the T70 from Samsung. Okay, so around 600 megabytes spike right here. So I don't know what that really meant. Like, I guess the first part was the hard part and here's the easy part. Okay, well, that took about 7 minutes. Actually, a couple seconds, be 8 minutes. So that was much longer, even though we had the highs around 600 megabytes per second on that one. All right, well, this one's supposed to could do 1,000. I don't remember if it's 1,000 read or 1,000 write, but let's see what it can do. Now, when you actually do plug up this hard drive, it wants you to register it, I guess, to make sure you keep up with the time you get the hard drive, and then when you can actually, you know, get a recovery for it. But you can get a little kit for it and actually do a bit of a rainbow or LED effect on the bottom of it if you so choose to change the colors of it. Let's say you don't really like the purple or whatnot, you can change that. So it's kind of cool. Okay, so I got the Seagate external hard drive going right now. At first, it was around 470 megabytes. Then midway, like the other ones, it went up to around 600 right now megabytes per second. And I'm feeling toward the end of the drop off, but so far it's not doing the 1,000 megabytes per second like it was going, unless my configuration is just wrong somewhere, or it's mostly, you know, that speed on phones. I don't know, but I have a pretty fast computer, so it shouldn't. And of course, the M.2 in there, the 990 with the heatsink on it should be just blazing fast. All right, so I'm gonna give that about the same amount of time, maybe a little bit more, 8 minutes or so, or maybe 7 minutes. Jeez, okay, so it's not nearly as fast as the Samsung 2 terabyte 7 which one is this? The T7. I don't know how much this thing was, but it was way faster than that. I've had hard drives from Seagate before, internal ones, SSDs. They were okay. They did the job. They did good. I mostly bought them because they were a little bit on the cheaper side than Samsung ones, but M.2s are just so good nowadays. So really having any SSD even nowadays is not really worth it. But this is an SSD too, and this is about as good as the Seagate one. So, and I don't know, but I'm pretty sure this was still cheaper, even with the housing. You might have to look it up and see how much it is. I don't know how much this one is because I got it from a friend of mine. Thanks, bro. This thing's rocking, apparently. So it really depends on whether or not you see it as a worthwhile, being that this thing has, like, you know, LEDs on it. It comes with a 3-year warranty, memory recovery warranty on it. Their speeds aren't that great comparatively. If you're purely going off just purely off of like your reading, writing, storage, this is the clear winner. But if you're going off the cool factor, well, this is obviously cool, but you're going to be paying a premium because, well, there's a tax on it. But if you want to go off of pure customization and what you can do to it and what you can put inside of it, this could be your winner for you because, well, you can put any M.2 in this thing. I just don't know if the board inside of it will put a cap on it. I don't know if my computer's putting a cap on these things, but this thing was faster. It wrote at a consistent speed. It didn't drop. It didn't go like up and down very much at all. And it was like done in like 5 minutes. These were 7 or 8 minutes. So let that be the judge whether or not you were looking for speed and storage. But I have to say, price per dollar. I don't know how much this is, but this seems like a really good bargain. I don't have no affiliate links, so go at your own on your caution. So yeah, will you be buying this? Sorry, the audio was jarring at any point, but yeah, would you be getting this hard drive? Would you be interested in buying something like this? Is this something that you could see use out of? I'm gonna use it, but I would wish I could kind of open it up and see, like I said, what's inside of it and see what kind of hard drive or SSD M.2 is inside this thing. I am kind of curious about that, but yeah, be sure to leave a like and subscribe as always. Have a good day, have a good night, have a good life. Much love, y'all. Bye.